Students, welcome back to the online session with the topic of animals living and surviving part 3. In previous sessions, you have learned about meaning of adaptation. Adaptation in animals can be segregated into 5 categories. What are they? Terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, amphibians, aerial animals, arboreal animals. You have learned about all these animals. Food. Animals eat plants and other animals. We also eating animal foods and plant foods. They can be classified into 4 groups according to the type of food they eat. So what the animals are eating according to the food habits of those animals, they can classified here into 4 groups. What are they? Already you might have learned in previous class herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. But in this classification, we have added into one more group. Let us see that flowchart. Classification of animals on the basis of the food habits. Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and parasites. What are the 4 groups? Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores and parasites. These are the 4 groups of animals can be classified according to the basis of their food habits. Herbivores. You know already herbivores means animals which are eating only the plant foods. Those animals we should call as herbivores. Carnivores. Flesh of other animals. So the animals which are eating flesh of other animals, those animals we should call as carnivores. Omnivores. Omnivores means eating both plants and animal foods. So those animals we should call as omnivores. Parasites. These animals will suck the blood of other animals. Such kind of animals we should call as parasites. Let us observe in the flow chart what are the examples of these 4 groups of these. So herbivores. What are the examples here? Cow, elephant. Next one, carnivores. Lion, tiger. Next one, omnivores. What are the examples of the omnivores? Crow, bear. And the parasites, tapeworms, ticks, and mosquito, leech. These are all the examples of the parasites. Next one, herbivores. What is meant by herbivore? Plant eating animals are called herbivores. So which animals are eating only plants? Those animals we should call as herbivores. What are the animals? Cows, goat, giraffe eat plants, and even sheep, buffaloes, ox, such kind of animals will eat only grass. They have short biting and strong grinding teeth. They have short biting teeth and broad teeth it has in front and strong grinding teeth that has at back of the jaw. They have long and strong legs to travel long distances in search of food. So they can travel for long distances also because it has a strong legs. It has a strong legs to travel for long distances also. These are the special features of the herbivores. Second one, carnivores. Flesh-eating animals are called carnivores. What are the examples of the carnivores? Lion, tigers and dogs eat the flesh of other animals. So these animals will eat flesh of other animals. And even dogs will eat plant foods also, but dog is a omnivore. Lion, tiger, fox, eagle, vulture, those can eat the flesh of other animals. They have well developed tearing teeth. Observe the features of the carnivores. They have well developed tearing teeth. It has a tearing teeth. Both sides it will be presented. Both jaws up and down. both sides will be presented. That to sharp pointed teeth will be presented in both sides of the each jaw. So it helps to tear the flesh. Flesh eating birds like eagle and vulture have sharp beaks and claws to catch their prey. So eagle and vultures having sharp beak, sharp beak and claws. Even claws also it is very sharp. It is looking like a pointed. So that's why it can easily catch their prey. So flesh-eating birds like eagle, vulture have sharp beaks and claws to catch other animals and to tear their flesh also. These are the special features of the carnivores. Next one, omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. So which animals are eating animal food and as well as plant food? Those animals we should call as omnivores. Omnivores have sharp teeth like carnivores, but they also have flat teeth like herbivores. So both kinds of teeth will be there for omnivores. So broad teeth will be there and even strong grinding teeth also will be there at the back of the jaws. These are the special features of these omnivores, and these the carnivorous teeth are in the front of the mouth, which allows omnivores to bite into a pieces of meat. So whatever carnivores are there, it helps to bite the meat, and because it helps us to tear and remaining how we are eating normal general food, it will be we are using like what the herbivores having teeth, the same teeth, the help of those teeth, the front four teeth will be using. So those teeth will helps to bite the food, and these side teeth, what are the teeth are there for carnivores that helps to tear that and bite the meat or some other hard foods also. And grinding teeth. At the back of the jaw, these omnivores having the strong grinding teeth which helps to grind the or chew the food. So these are the special features of the omnivores. Let us observe the examples of these three groups. What are the herbivores? Herbivores means only eating plant foods. So what the animals are eating? Only plant foods like all vegetables, fruits, and even plants, leaves, everything. So what are the animals examples? Zebras, cow, elephant, giraffe, and even rabbit. So these are the examples of the herbivores. Carnivores, it will eat only the flesh of other animals. This is the flesh of other animals. Observe the pictures, Nana. Which animals are carnivores? Like lion, tiger, is this crocodiles, and even chameleons, snake. These are all the examples of the carnivores. Omnivores, it will eat both plant and animal foods. Observe in the picture. So both foods it will eat. What are the examples? Even human beings. We also omnivores. We are eating both plant and animal foods. Am I right? So we are drinking daily milk in the morning. So where do we get that milk? So we are getting from the animals. So even rice we are eating plant foods. Rice, for example, rice we are getting from the plants. So humans also one of the example of the omnivores. And polar bear, even pigs, dog, cat, these are all the examples of the omnivores. Next one, parasites. Some animals live on or inside the bodies of the other animals for their food. Some of the animals will live inside of their bodies and outside of the bodies also. They are called parasites. They are called parasites. So which animals are inside the bodies of other animals for their food, or inside or outside? So those animals we should call as parasites. What we should call, Nana? Parasites. The animal which parasites depend for their food are called hosts. So animal on which parasite depend on for their food are called host. What we should call? Hosts. Mosquitoes. Examples observe: mosquitoes, leeches, hookworms, bugs. These are all parasites. So what are the examples? Mosquitoes, leeches, hookworms and bugs. Mosquitoes we can see that outside of that. And leeches also we can see the outside. But hookworms, some of them it will be present inside of that. And bugs we can find in the outside itself. They have suckers or sucking tubes. They have the special organs sucking tubes which helps to suck the blood of other animals. Let us observe the pictures of the parasites. These are ticks. What are those? Ticks. So observe the picture. Ticks. It's looking like a bugs, small bugs. Ticks. And this is leech. What is this animal? Leech. And see, this is a mosquito. So it has these leeches do not have that sucking tube. It has a strong mouth organs. But these ticks having that strong mouth tube, and even mosquito also having that strong tube to suck blood from other animals. Next one, adaptation for protection. Why these animals are adapted? If adapted to the surroundings means how they will protect themselves. Many animals have adapted themselves to the environment and to protect themselves from their enemies. How? Animals like elephant and hippopotamus have thick skin to protect themselves from the hot climate. So these animals, even buffaloes, camels, having thick layer of skin. So it protects from the hot sun. So if any climate, the temperature is increasing also, they can able to survive in that areas. So elephant and even camels and hippos have that long thick skin to protect themselves from the hot climate. Some animals like chameleon, zebra, Arctic fox, polar bear and the fox can trick their enemies. This is known as camouflage. So it is matched to their surroundings. We can't find in that environment, we can't find particular those animals. It can change. Some of them will change the color and some of them will be matched in that surroundings. Some animals have very strong legs and are able to run very fast. Some animals have strong legs. It helps to run very fast and can easily run away from the danger. So it can easily run away from the danger. So what are the examples of these? So deer and gazelle are the examples of these animals. A chameleon can also change its body color according to their surroundings. Grasshopper and stick insect are also the another examples of these camouflage that can match to their surroundings. So first let's see what is mean by camouflage. Camouflage. Being able to blend into the environment is an adaptation known as camouflage. So they are mixed to that environment. They are matched to that environment. So those animals we should call as camouflage. Observe in the picture, can you identify here any animal? Yeah, see, this is rock lizard. Can you identify here? So where is that leaf insects? It is looking like a leaf. Leaf insects and some of the lizards also we can find. Observe. So it is mixed with that surroundings. Even some cheetahs, even lion, it merged in the dry grass itself. Even zebras and chameleon can change the color itself. So Being able to blend into their environment, they are matched to that environment, is called camouflage. Those animals we should call as camouflage. This adaptation helps the animals to blend with their surroundings. It helps to mix in their surroundings. Let us observe the picture, some more examples in that. So an animal's color helps to protect itself as well as to get food also. See how it is changing, that color of the animals also mixes in that environment. See, frog is mixes here, and this is a type of chameleon can change the already it is color. And see, the zebras are descriptive. It's a, we can see that it is looking like an image. It can, we can't see particularly zebras, so it is mixes in that surroundings. This is a walking stick. It is looking like a stick, we can't see in that. So we can see it is looking like a twig. It mixes in that branches itself. And even polar bear also mixes in the snow. We can't find the bear. And but during the summer season it can change the color brown, some of the bears. But polar bear is white in color. It is mixes in that cold region, in the snows. Let us observe, this is one special animal, how it is escaping from their enemies. So that is sea urchins. Sea urchins. So sea urchins are, this is extremely that have this spherical or fattened, and that is snail covered in the spines. The total, it is looking like a ball, it is covered with the spines. Observe the picture in that. These sea urchins use their spines for protection, to move and top trap food for particular floating in the ocean. What are the foods are floating in the ocean? To trap that food and it will eat. And they move mostly found at the bottom of the ocean's floor or at the coral reef. So coral reef or at the bottom deep ocean so only we can find these sea urchins. Their diet constitutes of algae, decomposed matter like dead fishes. So dead fishes and decomposed matter, so it is food for these urchins. Some sea urchins are covered in a long thin spines. So some are hard and it's very chalky. And there are markedly 200 different spines of sea urchins. See, we can find here it is in blue color, it is in ash color. So like the different 200 sea types of sea urchins we can find. Yes, and that these sea urchins is just 3 to 10 centimeters long but can kill shark. Its body is covered with the spiny points. When a shark swallows it, it curls itself into the deadly spiky balls. Then the boats and eats it way out through the shark's stomach and it will be escape. So those spines will be, it is poking, it is opening again, that shark will be open that mouth, and so through the mouth and it will be escape from that shark. These are the special features of these urchins. So let us recall. You have learned about today's session, different types of uh, different according to the classification of the food habits of the animals can be classified into herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and parasites. And what are the herbivores? So plant eating animals we should call as herbivores. Carnivores, flesh eating animals we should call as carnivores, and omnivores, flesh and plant eating animals we should call as omnivores. Parasites, it's depend on, it sucks the blood from the other animals, those animals we should call as parasites. And how the animals are adapt to protect themselves. The different types of animals have the different features to adapt and to escape from their enemies, to protect themselves. So once again, read the lesson in the textbook and fill the textbook exercises. Hari Om. Thank you.